Malacanang on Friday says the Association of Southeast Asian Nations should tackle the photos taken after 2015 of Beijing's land reclamation in the disputed South China Sea. Presidential spokesman Ernesto Abella makes a statement when asked about the photos published by the Asia Maritime Transparency Initiative, which showed China's reclamation activities after 2015, contrary to the claim of the regional giant. Abella says, quote, "The continuing reclamation and militarization in these waters, if the report and photos from a Washington-based think tank are accurate, these can be taken up by the ASEAN in future discussions, so we defer to ASEAN." He adds the AMTI photos should first be vetted for accuracy. Foreign Secretary Alan Cayetano earlier echoed China, saying Beijing stopped its reclamation in the South China Sea in mid-2015, which was disputed by the AMTI photos. The Foreign Affairs Department defends a statement of Cayetano, saying the Philippines' position on the South China Sea dispute is always based on the latest intelligence we have on the ground. The AMTI photos dated August 5 show Beijing continues to reclaim land in the Paracel Islands, features claimed not by the Philippines but by Vietnam. AMTI said it was false for Cayetano and Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi to claim that China's reclamation activities ended in mid-2015, when it completed artificial islands in the Spratlys in the West Philippine Sea. It cited China's reclamation work on Tree Island and North Island in the Paracels. A magnitude 6.3 earthquake jolts Batangas Friday. The Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology says aftershocks are expected after the quake, which was tectonic in origin, hit Nasugbu at 1:28 p.m. PHIVOLCS says no damage is expected after the earthquake. PHIVOLCS Director Renato Solidum says, quote, "We don't expect that this will trigger the movement of other faults." Follow Rappler.com for continuing updates. Senator Gringo Honasan on Friday posts bail for 2 counts of graft in connection with the pork barrel scam in Binyan, Laguna. Honasan voluntarily surrendered and was subsequently arrested at the Binyan City Police Station. He also undergoes booking procedures at the police station. Honasan posts bail of 60,000 pesos or 30,000 pesos for each count of graft at the Binyan Regional Trial Court. The Sandigan Bayan issued the arrest warrant against Honasan Thursday. Honasan faces 2 counts of graft for alleged violation of procurement rules when he funneled 30 million pesos of his Priority Development Assistance Fund to a non-governmental organization that the Commission on Audit wanted blacklisted from government transactions. The Philippine military says there is only a remote chance that debris from a North Korean missile strike near Guam would reach the Philippines. Armed Forces spokesman Restituto Padilla says the most that can happen is that some coastal areas of the country could be hit by debris, but even that is a remote possibility. Padilla says, quote, "We don't see this as potentially hitting us in any way because it is directed towards an outer island in the Pacific itself." This after Pyongyang announced on Wednesday that it is planning to launch intermediate-range ballistic missiles near American military installations in Guam. The threat came hours after United States President Donald Trump threatened Pyongyang with fire and fury over its missile program and days after the United Nations Security Council imposed new sanctions on North Korea over its growing nuclear arsenal. United States President Donald Trump on Thursday warns North Korea it should be very, very nervous of the consequences if it attacks U.S. soil. This after Pyongyang says it was readying missile launch plans on the Pacific territory of Guam. There are around 6,000 American soldiers based in Guam. Trump says, quote, "If North Korea does anything in terms of even thinking about an attack on anybody we love or we represent or our allies or us, they can be very, very nervous." Trump also dismisses any criticism of his fire and fury warning, saying it possibly wasn't tough enough. Trump says China, Pyongyang's main diplomatic ally, should do a lot more, to pressure North Korean leader Kim Jong-un to end his country's nuclear weapons and ballistic missile programs.